We are at the front of the Panda Breeding Center in Chengdu, Sichuan province of China. The Panda Center is a non-profit research and breeding facility for pandas. The Panda Center not only takes care of breeding pandas but also focus on providing interactive activities that teach people about pandas and their protection. It is a research center, so unlike zoo, it does not focus in displaying the pandas. Sometimes the pandas are all sleeping indoors so that you cannot see any one of them playing, eating, or climbing outside. So let's have a look inside the Panda Center in Chengdu. So why are these bears called panda? The story is that once upon a time, a French priest visited a farmer in Chengdu and found a black and white fur of a bear-like animal. As he has never seen that kind of animal, he asked the farmer. The farmer said it was a fat for pan in Chinese and big or ta in Chinese. The priest then spread the word. From there on, the bear is called panda or fat big bear. Pandas are fat because of their laid-back lifestyle, and they eat a lot. Every day, a panda eats around 25 kilograms of bamboos, which is about a quarter of its weight. Why they eat so much bamboo? It is because bamboo has very little nutrition element. So in order to meet the energy needs, pandas must eat a lot of them. Not surprisingly, they poo a lot too. Pandas are sensitive to parasites in their fur, which can cause death. In nature, muds and soils cover their fur to protect them from the parasites. That's why the panda furs here look a bit brownish rather than pure white, especially the back part, including the tail. Pandas millions of years ago used to eat meat. They were carnivores. However, during the evolution process, they switched to bamboo. It seems that they could not survive competing to search for meat with other more aggressive animals in the wilderness. Not every type of bamboos they can eat, only several types, and they like especially the young shoots. As they eat bamboos a lot, the ecosystem they live must have plenty of bamboos. A slight distortion to the ecosystem because of flood, earthquake, fire can quickly deplete the bamboos. This means the pandas must migrate to some other place to find food. In this panda breeding base, there are few panda cubs displayed for visitors. The queue during peak season is very long, as there are so many people wanting to watch and photograph the pandas. Although there are quite many spots to watch pandas, the spot for watching the cubs is the favorite. In captive, the babies are taken care by human, given milk and medical assistance for the babies to grow. Otherwise, the babies rarely survive, and the mother does not know how to breed her babies properly. In nature, if the mother gives birth of two babies, she will take one and abandon the other one, as if she knows that only one can survive. The cubs like to play with each other. At this young age, the cubs like to play, run, climb trees, but as they turn into adult, they become solitaire. The adult pandas spend a lot of time on their back eating bamboo. If not eating, they are sleeping. And now, haiku time. Two pandas playing, free in a bamboo garden. Mommy not watching. Now we are at the front of the Panda Zoo in Singapore. The Panda Zoo in Singapore is very nice to see, as the zoo is more focused on displaying the pandas. You can see that the pandas are cleaner and more white compared to those pandas that are living in its natural habitat. The zoo is also well arranged, decorated and air conditioned for the enjoyment of the pandas and the visitors. Let's have a look inside the Panda Zoo in Singapore. The adult pandas like to live alone in their own compound, eating, wandering, and sleeping alone in their compound. So solitaire, it is even very hard to get them mating. There is a very short mating period of a few days in a year. It is very hard to make them mating, and if fail, they have to wait for the next year, probably with a different partner. Thus, it makes it hard to grow the population of this already endangered species. Pandas have bad sight, only a few meters, so they cannot see the crowd. Flashlights are not allowed to be used when photographing pandas to avoid harm to their eyes. Pandas rely on their smell, and they have good geographical memory by marking their territory with their poo or urine. In China, the black and white color of pandas is a symbol of yin and yang concept, the balance of positive and negative, high and low, hot and cold, mountain and river, modern and traditional, in other words, harmony. This balance of yin and yang is reflected in the peaceful and cute appearance of the panda, which becomes a symbol of peace and harmony for China. China promotes peace and harmony by sending several young pandas on loan to foreign countries. The pandas, however, remain to belong to China, including their offsprings born in foreign country. So practically, there is no pandas living in the nature outside China, and those living in captives belong to China. This way, panda is a unique symbol of China, both biologically and culturally. Pandas are sensitive to parasites in their fur, which can cause death. In nature, muds and soils cover their fur to protect them from the parasites. Beware that panda tails are always white, not black as may appear on some panda dolls.